Okie dokie, we're back, baby. Week 6 in the books.
6 update.
Spencer gets his first W. Let me start off saying we're testing this thing out. It's gonna look like shit
Yo,
a couple of times where I have to
that's a W.
fix it, but yeah, the James Winston, I'm EW. Okay, all right. How we feeling? How we feeling, Spencer? Making the playoffs?
No, actually, I was. It's funny enough. I believe I just told mom and dad earlier. I think my playoff percentage chance went down after I got a win. So
Hmm.
went from 8 to 6.
I don't really know how that makes any sense, but
But that being said, I'm feeling comfortable, more comfortable than I have all year with my team. So we'll see. Maybe
there
I
we
can
go.
pull off a second win in a row. Get
I
a
mean,
little mojo going.
you really just need to win out the rest of the season and you'll be good. No more losses.
Easy as that.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty straightforward. All right, let's start off. Hopefully this screen looks a little more enticing because it's kind of a pain in the ass to look at it on the PC, especially when everyone plays on their phones. So this should look a little more user friendly for everybody. Dad, I don't know your exact score. 132 points, top scorer of the week. Garrett sucks balls. Ben didn't even set his lineup and still scored more points than Garrett. Garrett, you suck. Better luck next week, baby. Um, I'm also gonna feel like shit when we talk about my matchup because I lost by like 2 points. But anyway,
Yeah,
let's
there
get.
were a lot of close matchups this week.
They all were pretty close, and like, dude, okay, so there was a statistic last year and the previous year through the first 6 weeks, there were almost 100 more touchdowns scored in the NFL than there are this year. Like last year, there was like 550 or something like that through 6 weeks through all teams. There's like 400 and it's like 440 this year or something. Either defenses are going crazy or quarterbacks just suck this year. I'm not sure which one it is, but
Don't ask me. I'm not
everybody's
an
scoring is
NFL
just
expert.
super duper low. Spencer, you almost lost to mom here, on the back of Matt Ryan and 389 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Bro, Matt Ryan having a career day. Mom pulls that star out of her ass. She's
Yeah,
just like, I don't know.
she pulls that out. Not bad for Miles Sanders. Justin Jefferson's, if he got a touchdown, it would have looked a lot better, but like 6 for 107 is fine for Jefferson. He's awesome. MVS with the 0.
Yeah, but honestly, the MVS play the goose egg. I don't. That's just such a bummer. Like
Let's see,
she could have
too. Three
beaten
targets on
me.
MVS, too. 3 targets. He just had to catch like 2? Maybe just 1?
Also, Higbee's worst week of the season came at the opportune time for me.
Yeah. 1 catch.
Lamb did fine. Mom's D's decent. Her kicker did well. It's just, I mean, she was unfortunate to have Derek on bye, and she's dealing with some other injuries as well.
I
But
Yeah. Eli Mitchell's still on injury reserve for her. I think he'll be back soon. I think she was bold to play Buffalo defense versus Kansas City, but it actually didn't work out too bad for her. Um, yeah. I don't even know how you. I mean, Hill went off for you. Kenneth Walker's looking like the steal of the waiver wire, huh? You're
um,
lucky you
he,
suck because you wouldn't have gotten him otherwise.
I think that's the second time I've had a running back get double-digit scores for me this year.
Nice. That's really good.
Also, I would like to point out that that is now I think, third week that I've had a quarterback get less than 5.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's your.
I had Trey Lance die with his ankle, and I had Jared Goff put up like a goose egg, like 5 points, I think,
Were we
a couple
talking
weeks back.
about your matchup? And no, we did. I never discussed it with you, but you said you were playing Wentz, and in my head, I was like, oof, rookie mistake. Because remember, I texted you
It's
and I
the
said,
Bears. It's
yeah,
the Bears.
I
Anybody
know.
can throw on them.
I get it. I texted you and I said I have no players in this game whatsoever across any leagues, and it feels so good. And that game sucked ass.
Oh, it was terrible.
Punt, field goal, punt, field goal, punt, field goal.
Honestly, the only thing that is keeping my team together, the only reason I don't want to talk about it too long. Just I'm feeling a little bit comfortable because I have Tyreek, who has just been
He's been a
carrying my
monster.
team,
Even doesn't matter what quarterback is throwing to him. He's a monster.
and My flex, fortunately, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm gonna knock on some wood. Lazard has been literally the most consistent flex I could ask for. He
Yeah.
has been fantastic.
Except he was out for with like one injury. No, he missed week 1, but yeah, 8, 12, 14, 11, 15. That's a good flex. Yo, what happened with Taysom? He puts up 4.54, 0 receptions, 0 yards. All
Yeah,
rushing, huh?
he's always gonna do that. It's a boomer bust. That's what I'm playing.
5
I picked up
rushes,
Bellinger though, so
39
I'm
yards.
curious how I'm curious how Bellinger might
He
play off for me.
has been increasing snaps and his workload in the Giants offense, so
Yeah, I think if he had played week 1 and if he wasn't a rookie, he'd probably be a top 10 tight end right now.
you have Bellinger on your team right now.
He's on my bench.
We'll have to take a look at the end there and kind of look at his fantasy scoring and his projections and whatnot. But I'm in week 6 right now, so we won't do that. But yeah, man. I mean,
Mom had a
oh, there he is. He's right there.
hard fought L. She only lost by 4 points, not even like 3.5.
Yeah,
So she easily could have won that. I easily could be
it's
0-6
tough
right
for
now,
her.
but I'll take a win.
Could be 0-6. All right, let's move along here. Nathan gets a fucking
Who who
freebie.
who
I
are we
went
going
to
to?
Garrett Nathan on the next one.
Okay.
I mean, Garrett. What do you mean Garrett set his lineup?
No, I didn't say Garrett set his lineup.
Oh, that was Ben. That was Ben. Garrett's team they just bit this week. Cobb gets injured.
Yeah.
McLaurin's been terrible. I don't know. Green
Oh,
Bay,
yeah,
like,
Hopkins not injured. This was last week a suspension, I think.
Cobb got injured, I said.
Oh, Cobb. I said Hopkins.
No,
My
Cobb got
bad. Sorry.
injured. Herbert has his first game since his rookie season without throwing a passing touchdown.
Broncos defense is pretty legit.
Broncos
Just
country.
saying.
That's
We
right.
tried.
Let's die. Yo, they paid that guy $240 million to go in there and miss the easiest reads of all time. What's he doing, bro?
I
He's
don't
the
know.
corniest dude I've ever seen.
Watch out. It's spicy.
Is that the Subway commercial?
Yeah. You ever
Oh
done
my
anything
god.
dangerous? Well, that is dangerous.
Jesus. Yeah, that feels bad, Garrett. I mean, your team is just terrible this week.
I think honestly, Aaron Jones should be doing way better than what they're doing for him. The
Oh
Packers
yeah,
in
he
general,
100%.
just I think if Garrett hadn't started 2 Packers, he looks a lot better. Just I don't know what happened with the Packers offense this week, but they just looked like they fell asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, no, they lost to the Jets. Crazy. He gets Hopkins back this week, and I don't know how long
Nate
Cordarrelle's out for. Hunter
Nate,
Renfro
I
was on bye for
believe,
him.
is still riding the exact same lineup he originally has been, but
Hasn't changed his
he
lineup,
had
Nathan.
had a nice 98. He drafted a decent team, so
Yeah,
when it works, it's gonna work.
yeah. Honestly, it could have been better too, because Montgomery had a kind of a trash game against the commies on Thursday. Sutton, Russ sucks, so Sutton's been kind of feeling that. He's getting kind of carried by Mark Andrews and a little bit of Alvin Kamara now, because Kamara seems like he's back, huh?
Kamara seems like he's back. Thielen is an okay wide receiver too. So
Oh, by the way, if you were watching the Chargers Broncos game on Monday, Dustin Hopkins puts that game away on his torn hamstring leg.
oh yeah, that was tough, man.
What a competitor, bro.
Who's got balls of steel?
Yeah, I think if he's not already on IR, he's probably gonna go on IR. All right, anything else? Oh wait, I just saw that Brandon Ayuk on Nathan's bench put up a nice 24.3 points. Remember I shown you that mid mid game there when he scored his second touchdown. It's like, check out my
Oh
Ayuk
yeah,
with 20 points on my
yeah,
team right now. But Nathan doesn't set his lineup, so I imagine we probably won't see that in his lineup anytime this year.
yeah. Well,
Bench
if he decides to change the lineup, he has a decision to make. So
bench Christian Kirk versus the Giants next week, Nathan.
moving on.
Oh, I just scrolled to me versus Veronica. Let
You
me
versus
let me
Veronica.
reset this really quick.
You did not play Veronica.
Did I not? Are
No,
you looking
you
at the
were
wrong week?
you were playing Elizabeth.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Maybe I played Veronica last week or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is what I'm gonna have to do if we want this to work out, which is fine. we go. Me versus Elizabeth, who I can't see her record. Spencer, do you know what her record is now? After she beat me, she's got 3 wins, I think.
Let me pull it up. She is at 3-3 now.
3-3. I believe I'm also 3-3. That was a good win, Beth. Both our teams played, you know, average to semi good. You know, we almost popped 100 points in the 14-man league. That's not bad. Honestly, I think if you can get 90 plus, you're
Crack, cra-
solid.
Cracking 100 is a solid week in
Yep.
this 14-man league, I think.
I'm sure Beth was. I mean, I don't know if Beth was watching that game or if she saw our matchup going into Monday night. But Beth, I needed Mike Williams, who, let's look at his box scores here. Last 4 games, 21 points, 8 points, 15, 18. I needed about 4 from him. He put up a nice 2.7, so you beat me by a point and a half. I was really hoping there was going to be some score adjustment that would have put me in the lead. Like, I don't know, maybe they accidentally marked her kicker wrong and Tyler Bass missed one something, or I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Look at you got Big Lenny going off, 19.1. Dalvin Cook had a nice game. I had some solid weeks too. Like Tunyon puts up 10 for 90. Okay.
Oh, apparently the only Packer player who had a good week, I guess.
Alan Lazard. Talking about, he's on your team.
Oh, that's right. Well, he had the touchdown. I think without the touchdown, his score would have looked a lot
Yeah.
crappier. But
Michael Pittman does Michael Pittman things again. He's fully back. I am not scared. Look at my bench. I had Amon-Ra on bye. I had Dameon Pierce on bye. And I believe I picked up somebody else who might be able to help me. But anyway, Dameon Pierce. Let me just look. This is what she didn't have to play against. The last 3 weeks for Dameon Pierce after he started getting the full workload. 17.1, 22.9, and 18.8. He has been solid. I think he's going to be on. If I don't end up in the playoffs, I mean, I think a lot of other people in the championship this year in other leagues will end up winning because of that guy. Because he was a later pick. I got him in like the 9th or 10th round or something.
yeah, he's definitely looking like he's gonna be the workhorse of that offense.
Yeah, I mean, Rex Burkhead's the only one there. Also, I don't really blame her for playing Cleveland's defense. I think I played Cleveland's defense in another league, but Bailey Zappi is the new Tom Brady.
He said, "You got zapped."
Zap zap, zip zapping. Yo, George Kittle had an okay week. Was that his best week on the
Devontae Smith, Mari Cooper.
on the
Elizabeth's
year? Yeah,
team,
look at.
Elizabeth's team had a very, very good all of over round,
Spencer.
like all around week.
I want you to pull up George Kittle and look at his game logs. Tell me why he had to have his best game of the season versus me. It's not even that good, but he goes 4.8, 3.4, 5.2, and then he's like, you know what? I'm playing James, 12.3.
You know,
Give
it's
Beth a
weird too
win.
because I think the only reason he was getting as much targets as he was is because they ended up going down like 2 touchdowns against the Falcons and they had to throw it to try and keep up in that game instead of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
running it like they usually do.
By the way, Tom Brady going through the divorce on the sidelines, yelling at his offensive linemen, telling them they fucking suck.
I didn't see that.
Well, aside from the divorce, which is, not really any of our business, he literally went to Robert Kraft's wedding on Friday or whenever that was. Flew in without the team on his own jet on Saturday. Missed like
Of course, he owns a jet.
he missed yeah, missed walkthroughs on Saturday, and then goes into the game, sucks, and then he's yelling at his offensive lineman. It's like, bro, if you're gonna act like you care, you kind of got to show up. Anyway, I moved on to our highest performer of the week, Dad versus Sarah. Oh, let me bring this up to you too, by the way, because this is relevant. Because Dad has Chase Claypool, who just went off on his bench for 7 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Rumor has it, some people are trying to trade the Steelers for Chase Claypool. You heard that?
I heard the Packers were in consideration.
I heard that. I also saw a non-reliable source that said the Giants might have been calling about him.
I mean, It makes sense. He has hands, and he's on a rookie contract, which is one of the only things we can afford right now.
Yeah.
So
Also, Odell to the Bills or Odell to the Chiefs? Chiefs just cleared cap space. Speaking of Odell, I'm not sure if he's rostered in this league. He is he's gonna be on a team here in a few weeks. Somebody might want to scoop him up if he's on waivers. Dad had a great week. That
he
team.
had a fantastic week.
Kelsey does Kelsey things. Ramondre looks incredible as the only running back in England. I'm happy to have him in another league. Stephon Diggs had a crazy game. He's got a rookie, Alex Pierce, who finally had a good week, but Alex and Michael Pittman had good weeks.
I was talking up that pickup too. He's like, I feel like that Pierce guy's gonna do something for me.
Yeah,
And
he's a rookie and he looks pretty good.
yeah,
If
he does.
if Matt Ryan can, keep throwing 2 touchdowns a game. I mean, he threw 3 this week, but if he can keep throwing like at least 2, Pierce could be a good player. I feel like Dad might get baited into starting Claypool next week, and Claypool might do what he does and just put up a 0. Dad'll be like, every time I play this guy, he puts up 0, and then he puts up 20 points on my bench. Like, yeah, that's what happens when you get a boom bust player like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't help that they've got DeAndre Johnson, Deontay Johnson. Forgot his name for a second. Deontay and Pickens. So they
Mm.
got options there.
Also, they keep swapping between quarterbacks. You don't know like who like prefers to throw to who and what like. I don't know. I feel like they keep changing up their scheme based on like the strengths of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Pickett had a concussion.
I think that was what they said. Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw Tomlin say that Pickett will be back as a starter once he's healthy. So we'll see. We'll see what the production looks like for the rest of that team. Um, I think. Well, Sarah probably wasn't winning this matchup, even if a couple of her other players had better weeks. But Melvin Gordon feels so bad for her. It's the starting running back on that team. He's just standing on the sidelines wondering why he's not being played. He had, let me get this right. Let me open this up. He had, oh, I clicked on receiving. 3 rushes for 8 yards. No catches.
I mean, Sarah was sitting there and she told me she's like, even if he did play,
Hey, yo, look at his hair.
she's like, I wasn't gonna win, but like, why is he not playing?
Yeah, right. She's going in down by all the better part of 50 into Monday night. Is that
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
she needs 50 from Melvin Gordon. He puts up not even 1. At least give her a chance, Melvin. Now, it
yeah.
wasn't on him. It was the coaching staff. They were like, "Nah, we're not playing Melvin."
Sarah started DJ Moore, is bold. She's
I mean, what was she
I don't
gonna
even
do?
know.
I probably
I
wouldn't
don't,
have started
yeah.
McCole Hardman either.
She's just dealing with some injuries right now. She got Muth and Connor out.
Yeah, Muth should be back. He was a concussion. Connor, I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. Guess we'll see about that one. All right,
Juju went off for her though. That was pretty cool.
that's also another reason I probably wouldn't have played Hardman. Start Juju and Hardman in the same lineup.
I don't know. Chiefs Bills game could have been a 50-50.
Sure, but like both haven't been reliable this year. Juju's the 35th wide receiver on the season, and Hardman, oop, that's
Nicole's
Garrett
up there. He's like in the 80s.
55. See,
Close.
Kelsey's number 1. What
Did
is
you expect anything different?
I'm just curious what Mark Andrews is. Number 2. Who's number 3? Taysom?
He was as of last week. I don't know if he still is.
Might have dropped one. I don't know who's next on the poll though. Who are we talking? Tunyon, 11. Uh, who else could be
I don't know who's been
Everett?
doing that consistent.
8? By the way, someone in one of my core leagues dropped Kyle Pitts to the waivers. I might put in a claim for him.
Jesus Christ, you're gonna kill yourself
Yeah,
trying to
I
decide
know.
if you
I
want to
probably
play or
won't though,
not.
because I have Mark Andrews, so it's like I don't know.
Use
Anyway,
him as you just wait, just
oh,
hold
hang on,
on
let
to
me
him,
reset
have
this.
him do like one more good week, and then trade him for something.
He had a
I
touchdown.
I know, it was his first of the year. Weehaw.
It was good.
All right, what who are we doing next?
I'm resetting this thing, and now we're moving on to Veronica Sean. Another close one. Both quarterbacks go off. Josh Allen puts up 26. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. I missed that game completely. Was that a 1 o'clock game when we were watching the Giants?
I think it was, yeah.
That's why I missed that. Well, he goes off. Both of their starting running backs, good weeks. Elliott 15, Barkley 17.
Hunt
ETN, not a bad
put up a
week.
pooper too, huh?
But then you look at wide receiver ones and twos for both of their teams. So you got Sean with this is Sean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sean
I'm
with Romeo Dobbs and Rondale Moore combining for 12. And then Jamar Chase said 7 receptions, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, unfortunately, apparently Sean was playing against V, who had his number 1 wide receiver for Joe Burrow. So
Oh yeah,
literally
that's
every
true.
time he's adding points,
You
V's going up even more.
couldn't even victory lap because half the time Joe Burrow's throwing touchdowns, they go to the enemy wide receiver.
Yeah,
John,
that's
you should
tough.
try and trade Veronica for that. Get that stack. That'd be insane. I don't think you have the capital to do that. You could probably trade Saquon, but hey, yo, Allen Robinson, 63 yards and a touchdown.
On his bench. Yeah, I dropped that fucker forever ago. He can have him.
I
I don't
know.
want that shit.
I probably wouldn't have picked him up either. He's looking like a dud. That's another bold one from V to play Evan Engram over Dawson Knox, but Dawson Knox has been pretty quiet this year. Yep, Dawson Knox puts up the best performance this year he's had. This also would have been it would have been insanely close even if they both had their bye players back, because Josh Jacobs has been really good and Devontae Adams has also been really good.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. But
Sean's
yeah, I
probably,
think Sean's got a decent team, and he's been making some good waiver claims. I think he's unfortunate that the Seahawks Cardinals game ended being defensive battle, because Will
yeah,
Dissly's been doing decent,
I
and he
know.
got like 2 points from him. So
He should have some confidence though, because Brian Robinson's his flex right now, and he's looking like he's gonna completely take 100% of the workload on Washington, especially with Heineke there. I don't know what their confidence level is in Heineke throwing, but it's probably about it's probably less than Carson, if I had to guess. So they're probably gonna run the ball a little more. Brian Robinson could be good.
see what happens. Every week he's 1 week further removed from being shot. I think he'll just continue to get better. But I
Bro,
think so far at this point in the season, not that Sean doesn't have a good team, I think
what's his
the
record?
team's let me back out. I think he's 3-3 again now. No, he's 2-4 now.
Or
That was a tough loss, only a 7-point loss. I think the teams I'm scared of the most right now are Dad's and Veronica's, if we're being honest.
yeah, I mean V's putting up like 100 points consistently every week, right?
She's been doing pretty well the last few weeks. I'd have to go back and check, but
Yeah,
yeah.
check that later.
Followed closely behind Chris and I think it was Shannon who
Shannon's team had a
pooped
little
me.
break, like where they kind of sucked, but half her team was on bye and injured. So we're gonna talk about
Mm.
her, and I think she's our last matchup today. Yeah, she's our
Did we
last
talk
one.
about Chris and
Yeah,
Ben?
that's the one we're going on to now, and then
Okay.
Shannon will be our last one. Benjamin, what is this? Marvin
He
Jones,
started he started concussion Hines and old man Jones.
rookie
But
mistake leaving Hunter Henry on the bench. Wouldn't even have helped him that much. Bad week from Ben. Lockett does nothing.
I think
Hollywood breaks his ankle.
I think Ben may have just written this one off as an L. If you look at his bench, I mean, who is he gonna drop from there to pick up players to play?
Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, you don't drop JT. We have an IR spot though, right? Was he not?
It looks like he has Shepard. Is Shepard on his bench still? Or
Yeah,
is that the IR? I can't
that's
tell.
that's Shepard on his bench. So
You should
that
drop him.
so
That
that
could be one spot, but
that could have been a
still.
spot. Also, how many IR spots do we have? Because he has nobody on IR. He could have put JT and Michael Thomas there, 'cause they were both out.
Oh, yeah, Ben, that's on you.
Yeah. We take back everything. Ben, you fucked up, man. All right.
Chris was even trying to give him the win. He started Jacksonville's defense is going negative. He's trying to
I would have
subtract points
started
for himself.
Jacksonville's defense against the Colts too, though.
I also would have. I also would have.
Is that? Oh, that's right. He was talking about that Deion Jackson guy that he picked up on the Colts, who had his best score of the week, 23.1. He had 42 yards and a rushing touchdown, as well as
10
10 receptions
receptions
for
for
79.
Bro, 10
Holy
on
cow.
10. This guy doesn't drop things to get everyone his way. Look at
I
that.
know, they threw 10 targets his way, and he caught all 10 of them. What a legend, bro. Kyler sucks. You think Kyler's good, Spencer?
Fantasy or real life?
Both. I don't know. He sucks this year, bro. Real life, like, he sucks right now.
I don't know. I think he's middle of the pack. I think he's a top 20 quarterback in the league. I don't think he's top 10. I think he's somewhere in the middle.
Too short. Also, bold by Chris. I think he might have mentioned this. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in his lineup.
Yeah, it was just a quiet week for some star players, Packers
Tampa.
players. What else did we talk about? The Tampa Bay players didn't really do much because Tom Brady was throwing like poop.
Yeah.
I think another team
He's
kind of had
got.
a bad week too.
Oh, that's a running. It looks. The future could look better. Gus Edwards is making a return soon. He's been injured, and if the team ends up trading, no, they're not. That's Cam Akers that's been in trade talks. But J.K. Dobbins, like, I don't know, he's been eh. But Wan'Dale Robinson on Chris's bench, that could be good. Might be
Yeah,
a solid fantasy producer moving
could
forward.
be the only wide receiver that the Giants actually are able to use successfully.
Till we trade for Chase Claypool.
That's not happening.
It's probably not happening.
Did Chris
Odell?
just like straight up drop Cam Akers, by the way? Or like am I missing something?
Probably. Who wants him, man?
Nobody. I don't
No,
know.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't know.
pick him up. Doesn't
I
do
just said
anything.
he's just so funny. Chris is like, I drafted him like as my first running back.
Oh no. Yeah, but
I think that's what he said.
who really needs him when you've got Deion Jackson on your team,
That's
Who
true.
had
That's
probably
true.
he probably had like a top 3 running back performance on the week. I don't think.
And honestly, though, it's bad because Chris can't rely on that. As soon as JT comes back, there's no shot they're gonna not
Yeah.
go back to JT.
Oh, 100%. So, well, we'll see what happens there. All right, last matchup. Oh, Shannon lost by a hair too. 6-point differential here. Shannon 86.92. Andrew had 92.8. I mean, both of them just had like solid days.
Damn, Shannon started DJ. That's bold.
Well, oh
No,
wow,
he's actually not done bad on the year, fantasy wise.
Russell outscored DJ by 0.3, so that wouldn't have done anything for her. But like I said, look at her bench. Derrick Henry bye, TJ Hawkinson bye, Rex Burkhead, who cares about that? DeAndre Swift on bye. So she had to start quite a few players she
And
didn't
Andrew
want to.
had D Waller on by, and his Tua is still dead.
Tua should be back this week. Probably to just go right back out with another concussion and then maybe, never play again.
So
But we'll see what
Andrew's been
happens there.
playing Kirk, who's always at least fairly consistent, especially with Jay Jefferson,
Yeah.
Thielen to throw to.
I'm telling
Joe
you,
Mixon's
Brees
been doing
Hall,
fine. Brees Hall's
if he
been
keeps
great.
winning, it's going to be because Brees Hall's just smashing every week. Like, since he.
Debo is not on the same pace he was last year, but he's been pretty goddamn consistent for a wide receiver one.
Spencer, Brees Hall is the number 6 running back on the year.
Is he really? Let me see. Damn.
Look at those points. First few weeks, he wasn't getting the full workload. Look, 6
That's
attempts,
so
7 attempts, 8
weird.
attempts.
Oh,
Week 4,
okay.
Week 4 jumps up to 17 attempts. Week 5, 18 attempts. Week 6, 20 attempts. It's just getting better and better. Next week, 22 attempts. I expect them to have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who do they play? It's a bad matchup for them, I think.
As a Broncos D, but
Yeah.
they've been able. You can run against the Broncos D. It's just their pass D that's pretty crazy.
Mm. Oh, I'm gonna have to reset this again. God, 10 minutes goes by so fast.
Yeah, dude. 2 weeks ago, he had 2 receptions for 100 yards. The fuck? Did you see that, Brees Hall?
Yeah, he went
That's
crazy, bro.
nuts. Curtis Samuel. I feel like I almost just said Redskins. The Commies team
The
is
Washington
just
football team.
yeah. They're just he's been decently consistent throughout the year. I just
The
feel like they're just
commies
slowly
suck.
falling off.
We'll
Yeah,
see
and
if they turn it around when Dan Snyder inevitably gets booted from being a league owner.
they dropped freaking Wentz to the
Have you heard
waiver
about
gods.
this?
I found that.
Have you heard
Gabe
about?
Davis.
Have
So
you?
I'm looking at the rest of Andrew's team because he's
Okay,
got a
sorry.
decent team.
Talk about it in a second.
Shannon's got a good team too.
I wonder how long Harris is out for because that's gonna really mess up my Ramondre. He might come back. Hmm. He might come back soon. So that's scary for Ramondre.
I I'm gonna. I don't think I could. Nothing I can trade Shannon is gonna make her team better. She's a quarterback away from having the best team in the league. That's all she needs.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she had it with Russell. I thought Russell had such a good team to take over, and he's dog water, bro. He's washed. I don't know. I mean, yeah, once she gets her starting lineup back, right? You got Henry, Daryl Henderson, who's the main running back there now that Cam Akers is non-existent. AJ Brown and Jalen Waddle's a stack, bro. That's a good stack right there. And then you can just put Swift in as your flex. Maybe Hawkinson slots back into the tight end. Yeah, she's got a solid team. She's gonna have an incredible quarterback performance next week because she's probably gonna start DJ again, who's gonna throw 5 touchdowns against the Jaguars.
That happening.
Yeah, of course. All 5 to Saquon.
I could believe that part of it.
And then Saquon's gonna rush in 2 more, so 7 touchdowns. Giants win.
uh,
What's that math? 7 times 7, 49. Is that math? Is that how you do math?
Hold on, real
That's
quick.
that's the math. And
Right
0
now,
for the Jaguars.
we are at next week is week 7. Okay, we'll do it after next week. Remind me, I want to make my final guess as to the teams that make the playoffs.
You want to do that next week?
Yeah, at the halfway point.
Do you want to do a quick guess right now? Let me
No.
see what we're at. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say Veronica's gonna make the playoffs. Chris is gonna make the playoffs. I think Shannon and Dad both make the playoffs. Let me see. See something here. Wow. Listen to this, Spencer. Who in the league has the most fantasy points scored through 6 weeks?
Pretty sure it's Dad.
It is Dad. 683. That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. Man, our division's competitive. Sean is in last place with his 2 wins and has 574 scored. And then you've got Garrett in the other division with 512. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sitting at a solid 550 with 695 scored against me.
Dang, Spencer, you got 6% chance to make the playoffs.
I told you I was at 8 last week. I don't know what happened. I gotta start losing more, so it goes back up.
I need my matches to not be so close, apparently. If you look at this, I've scored 617 points, and I've had 616 scored against me.
Nice.
1 point difference?
Nice.
What is that, man? It's saying that I have a 66% chance to make the playoffs still. And
Alright,
Dad,
I'm making my projections next week.
wait,
I'll let you do yours, yeah.
really quick, because of how many points Dad scores, he has an 84% chance to make the playoffs, and Chris, who's ahead of him in the division, has a 77% chance.
I think the reason, like I said, I know Chris has a higher record right now, but I think based on what I'm seeing with his team, he's kind of he's making some changes in order to have a chance at winning here.
Yeah.
Like he's losing players left and right. It seems like.
Well, he's got 5 wins, and then in division under him, Dad has 1 less win, and Ben has 2 less wins, and they both have more points scored than Chris.
Yeah.
Chris has gotten lucky because he has the least amount of points scored against him in the entire league by a long shot. 511 against Chris, and the next closest is, I believe, Dad with 542. But then you've got me with 616, and then you've got Mom with 630 scored against her, and you with 695 scored against you, bro. That's so unlucky.
Just know that
Holy
if you're
crap.
playing me, you're probably having your best week of the season.
If you're going up against Spencer, you are having your best week of the season. Okay, let's do this really fast. Got a few minutes before this thing times out again. Quick, just straight off the dome picks, okay? Me versus Veronica. I'm winning that
We're talking next week.
next week.
I don't know who's on bye week, but I'm gonna go with
Just based
I'm gonna
on
go with
our
I'm gonna go
records
with
and
I'm gonna go with V.
okay, well, you're dumb. All right, Sean versus Chris. I'm going Sean on that one. Straight
I'm
up
also going Sean, but I think
with the
that'll be one
upset.
of the closer ones.
Yep. Sarah, Andrew. Jalen Hurts is on
I
bye.
think I got Andrew on that
Yeah, I'm
one.
going Andrew strictly because Jalen Hurts is on bye, and that has not exactly been carrying Sarah's team, but also kind of carrying Sarah's team. Mom versus Dad. Oh my God, we got a feud in the Ciliberti household. Holy shit. Here we go. I'm
Our
gonna go
Chiefs on
Dad.
bye,
I'm going Dad. No, Chiefs are playing.
then
Going
I'm
Dad.
going Dad.
He put Chase Claypool into his starting lineup. I'm going Mom. I'm just kidding. He does have his Stephon Diggs on bye, which hurts him tremendously. But I'm still going.
Actually, then.
I think I'm still going Dad. Mom has Justin Jefferson on bye and Miles Sanders on bye.
Oh shit, I'm going Dad.
Yeah. Nathan, Adam Thielen is on bye and in his lineup, so you can expect that's going to stay that way. Versus
Does that
Ben.
mean? Does that mean Ben gets the win?
See if Jonathan Taylor makes his return.
I think Lamar Jackson's gonna have a big bounce back week, and I
Nick
think
Chubb can
that
carry.
that Browns Ravens game is gonna be a fucking shootout.
Yeah, I'm going Ben on that one. Although Tom Brady's going to figure it out soon, and it might be this week, so we'll see. I think we got 2 more. Okay. Beth, Shannon. Both of their teams look disgusting right now. Let's go through this really quick. Beth
Oh, there's
has
so many bye weeks.
Dalvin
What the
Cook,
hell?
Devontae Smith on bye. Shannon has Daryl Henderson on bye, AJ Brown on bye. Defense and kicker, that's replaceable.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna go Shannon because
go
that's my wife, so I'll vote for my
with.
wife to win that one.
I think Shannon got enough people back on her from her
Yeah,
bye week
I
last week. I think she'll pull off the win on
I
that
think
one.
so. Hopefully Swift's healthy and Derrick Henry coming back. Okay, last matchup. You versus Garrett. 2 terrible teams. I'm gonna give you 2 straight wins, Spencer. I think you're winning this one.
I think if my team performs up to what I did last week, and I have a quarterback who hits double digits, which I'm starting Mariota, which may be a terrible decision, but we're gonna see what happens.
Bengals can be a tough defense, but
See, look at Eric Moody, whoever that is, says that I'm using his live dangerously QB waiver.
hey, there you go. He put up some points with his legs anyway, so. All right.
No, he's got that rushing upside.
Any last thoughts?
That's a W. That's a W.
I can't even do that with my fingers. I gotta manually do it. I'm gonna eat a W. All right.
No, I think I can do it. Two weeks in a row. I'll feel a lot better about
You
my
got
team
it,
if
yeah.
I get a second one.
2 and 5.
4. 5. Shit, you're right. Is it 5?
Hey, we're in week 6 and you have 1 win.
Yeah, you're right. Doing
You're
5.
1 and 5. All right. See you later, everybody. See you next week. Sorry this episode came out late. That's Spencer's fault. You can blame him.
Bye. I was hanging out with the wife
Everybody go
yesterday.
eat a W.